Yo,
Okay, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna lower this. All right. So back to what we were talking about, right? My issues are like an ongoing thing. Now, excuse me. Sorry. Now, all right. Okay, okay. So where do you want me to start, and where do you want to start?
I say let's just start with the power arguments and what's your idea on that? Like, what do you think about that?
All right. Okay. So I guess this is kind of just DC Universe related more than anything. I mean, everything that I'm gonna vent about is related to that, right? So okay. So the power array augments, right? Everybody feels like it's a bad idea, right? Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Cool. The only reason why the power array augments are a thing, the only reason why it's even something that's brought into existence, is because the community switched their powers to water. Now, fire being the opposite of it, I guess, is just for marketing. I really don't know why it's fire, but considering I am currently fire because of PvE, and I tank because there's a lot of bad tanks in the game, and I have video footage of said tanks. It's fine, cool. That's why I went tank. Now, what ended up happening is my league mates, like they switch powers because they like to DPS. We can play every role. Fury likes to heal, he heals. I can tank control, diabolic control. Everybody in my league can DPS at an extremely high competitive DPS comp level. All of them, literally.
Mm,
One of my league mates will run with DPS comp players and he'll get kicked from the run because he's out DPSing them. It happens to him all the time. All right. So with this being in the game, I don't care because I'm a PvPer. None of that shit works in arenas or in scrims. So I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I've seen people make videos venting and ranting about how this is their superhero game and they want to feel overpowered and OP and they should be able to have whatever it is that they want. Fine, cool. As much as that's just copium for the fact that you just want to be broken and you want to have a pay to win thing going for you because you actually suck dick at the game, cool. It's your superhero game. You want to be OP, be OP. Go ahead, my nigga. I'm not even mad at you. Everybody gets to gauge their experience on the game the way that they want to gauge their experience on the game. It's fine. Ain't nobody mad about that shit. I'm not mad about that shit. You're not mad about that shit. Where the frustration comes in is when bad players start to get and develop this massive ego and they try to act like they were good or they were always good when they don't want to acknowledge the big elephant in the room that, hey, I don't know if you realize this, but before these buffs were put in the game, you weren't good at the game. You needed this artifact and that artifact and all of this shit and these allies to be put in the game for you to even be able to do the very role you say you're known for doing. And that's where my frustration comes in because it's not like I'm going and I'm searching and I'm watching their videos because people in that community also say the dumb shit where they're like, well, if you don't like the way the game is, then why are you watching videos and commenting on them? Why don't you just go play something else? Because they want to live in copium and they want to live in their little la la land bubble of bullshit. And for me, I know it's copium because that them saying that is them acknowledging that they know there's something wrong with the game. That's why they're so quick to defend the game. And it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm talking about
yeah.
that. So it's like, all right, man, cool, whatever. And then you hit them back with, well, I played the game in the past and I spent my fair share of money on the game. I'm entitled to my opinion and I can share it. Same as you. And just because you never saw me commenting on videos before, and then all of a sudden I'm commenting on videos now, does not mean that I am miserable and I don't want to let the game go It doesn't mean that it's like it's like I'm married to someone and I don't want to get a divorce, because I've seen that stupid ass comment too. That's not what that means. What it means is that I am entitled to my opinion because I fucking played the game. Same as you. So nobody want to hear that bullshit of, oh well, you could just move on. No shit, Sherlock. Me coming back and me making a comment, me coming back and me dropping a video after an extended amount of time is me sharing my critiques and thoughts on the game, because the last time I fucking played it or cared about it, the game was in a certain state I didn't like. All of this time came and went. I'm checking in on it now, like everyone does that used to play the
Right.
game, and now it's worse than it was before. And so I then turn my critique towards the developers, then the community, which is you active content creators, because y'all are the reason why it got worse. You continue to fund this shit. You continue to play this shit. So you are susceptible to scrutiny for this shit being worse than it was before. Because the same way it's your superhero game and you want to be able to do whatever the fuck it is you want to do, it was also a game I played and it was my game as well. And I want to be able to maybe get back on there and do whatever it is I want to do. I'm so sorry that I have friends that don't want to leave the game alone and quit it like I did. But because it's the only game that I can play with them because they're on there and because I've known them for 10 plus years, maybe I'm willing to come back and play this shit simply because they're like fucking family and I've known them for so long, both on and off the game, and maybe it's the only way. For me, it was bad. I basically got guilt tripped into playing the game again by one of my league mates' wives because I didn't want to log in on the game, but she saw me on Discord all the time. She was like, you can't log in and run something with us. I felt bad. God bless Rose for that, because I wouldn't be logging on the game right now as it is. Shit, I'm not currently playing the motherfucker right now. But because I care about my friends on there, I'm willing to log in on the game and play it. Here's where the power array augment thing comes in, because you wanted to start with that. You don't have to
Yeah.
buy it and max it out day one. Everybody wants to buy it and max it out day one. You don't have to do it. As long as you log in and you do the content one time, you have a time frame to buy it out. The entire problem with the game right now is FOMO. So log in on the game, do the event one day, and then buy it when shit's on sale for however much the currency is going to cost when it's on sale, and you'll have it. But the problem is FOMO, and they don't want to put anything in place to solve the FOMO problem because they're not concerned about people that don't play their game. They're concerned about people that fund them. And from a business perspective, that's a very smart thing to do. I'm not going to tell
Right.
Daybreak
Right.
to worry about me when I can't even bring myself to log in on the game, when there's people actively playing the game and they're giving them money consistently. You focus on them. But the active community wants you to do shit for players that don't play the game consistently because they want more people on the game. So that's where the issue comes from. I'm really not paying attention to this Gideon poking me, and I should. And I see your comment, man. I'll read that in a second. I got to get these thoughts off my head completely. Um, by the way, you make some really good content, man. I like it. It's really really good. You amongst a few people, like I think I'm gonna butcher his name, like I am mad or holidays or whatever, and Horace. Y'all make good content. Y'all are some of the most level-headed people in the community that actually know what you're talking about and can put an argument or a conversation together to feasibly be able to counteract anybody's fucking counterpoints to you. I don't have the temperament for that shit anymore because I did it 10 years ago. So I just want to give you a shout out on that and your flowers for that. But like that's where I am with the game. Okay, the power array augments. I'm a PvPer. You can't use them in arenas. I don't care. I will eventually max them out. Eventually. I'm really just letting this Gideon do whatever he wants to me. I'm really not even trying to fight this motherfucker, bro. Anyway, anyway, my jungler is also not coming mid, which is crazy. This is a nitro game. I don't give a shit. Um, it's like, dude. And the only reason why now I'm even commenting on it is because, like I said earlier, people will be like, why do you care? Don't comment on it. Move on. I get bothered about it all of the time. people ask me for my input. I don't just randomly share the shit. I get asked about it. People want to know my input. I get messaged on Discord because I'm a mod in Obsidian server. I get asked all the time from people in there, "Do you know about this? Do you know about that?" And if I don't, I point them in the right fucking direction. And if I do, I share my input. They'll ask me about current content creators on the game, some of which are whom people I ran with 13 years ago. And instead of bashing said content creators, I'll be like, you know what? Not everybody's who they seem to be. Use your discernment and just take everything they say with a grain of salt. I'm not even trying to fuck up people's flow on like getting views and subs and shit. Because if I really fucking could. I could shit on so many people right now that make content and completely stop them from growing, but I don't want to do that. I'm not about that shit. I'm really not. But when like these people will then share with me or show me a run that they ran with certain content creators, and they will be like, I don't understand why they made a video talking shit about me, and I go watch the run that they're in, and the content creators, the worst thing in the run, it fucking tilts the living shit out of me, because it's like you made a video to ostracize and oust this person, and they're not even the reason why the run's going badly. And then it leads to me just fucking crashing the fuck out and getting angry and shit. It's like, yo, you make a video about this what's up, Zargan? You make a video about this person who's just a random person in the community, and they didn't say anything disrespectful to you. They didn't come at you sideways. They just asked you to do something a certain way to make the run smoother. But because your head is so far up your fucking ass, you can't take feedback. You're not susceptible to it. And because I was in a league with you a couple of years ago, I know exactly how you are, as opposed to anybody else that watches your videos and sees the facade you put off. And so it makes me angrier. Because when we played together years ago, you were trash. And you were carried by the rest of us. And now, you're the same way. Only your artifacts and your augments and your allies and all that shit carry you. And it's all pay to win shit. So it's like, what the fuck?
Literally all pay to win. Literally.
It's like, for me, it's like what the fuck? Why are you making, and then what makes it worse, what compounds it and makes it worse is that game has evolved into a tight knit community for the most part. Meaning your reputation and your name on that game means something, right? So if someone makes a video talking about how bad you are, people aren't gonna want to run with you if they see you in LFG. That's a problem for an innocent player that just wants to get through content. And then it's like, oh well, this is my 15th run today. I'm sorry, that might be their first. Just because you're unfucking and you have all day long to fucking be on the game and do this shit, where you try to make yourself become more knowledgeable, which is you literally contradicting yourself because you're supposed to be an expert, but you're not. Doesn't mean that you get to turn around and shit on somebody whom it might be their first or second run. They might have grinded XP and everything and done the solo 1,000 times to get max renown to buy full elite gear and never went into the raid or the alert. You don't fucking know who you're playing with. You don't know if they're an old school player or if they're new. You don't even know if they know how to play the game properly. Shit, half the stuff that was in the tutorials not even in the game anymore. They don't know how to lunge, block, break, or fucking block. It's not in
Nothing,
the fucking
dude.
it's not in the fucking game anymore. So why are you
Yeah.
shitting on people for? And so it's like, well, they don't have a platform. I do. And I used to do this shit back in the day when I used to make content where I would speak up for the little guy. So fuck it. So now you get to deal with me. And there's no Obsidian chill for people who are bad that want to act like they're good, like the people and persons and or people and or whatever that I'm talking about. He quit. He's done. He did what he did for the community, and he might not have provided the best shit to everybody, but he gave people a chance to be able to play the game with loadouts. So now it's like he's gone. There's nobody here to save you. There's nobody here to save you. There's nobody making loadouts for you. There's nobody sharing all this bullshit for you. Nothing. What the fuck is they do? What is he doing in mid lane? The shit. So like that's where that anger and frustration comes from. Cause I'll turn a live stream on and I'll crash out. People be like, bro, where the fuck is this coming from? Bro, it's compounded. It's a multifaceted thing. It's like it's a buildup. We really should have contested fucking Prime knowing that they were on it. This game is getting so weird.
It's just crazy to me after like once they release these power arguments fully and they work on it over time. People that are like I'm reading the comment section where they're saying like, yeah, I could finally do better in the raids. I can't wait for my Nimbus aura. I can't wait for these cosmetics. I'm gonna do the best damage. And I'm just sitting there like, so you need power arguments, even though you have allies. You have other arguments. You have everything, artifacts, all of the stuff leveled up. You still can't do good. So now that they're releasing something based on what the quote unquote community wants, now they're releasing hybrids type of power sets, which it looks cool. I won't deny that. But in the mix, it's just gonna get everybody doing the same shit in the raids. Anyways, I can see that happening, bro, from a couple months to maybe a fucking year, right? As they
Hmm.
update other powers over time, right? You're gonna tell me people are still going to fucking suck
Hold on, let me turn
after
you
these
up.
changes?
Yeah, okay. Can y'all can hear God, man, right?
Can you guys hear me? I don't know if I'm low.
The game should not be louder than him. He should be louder than the game. Just want to make sure.
Right.
Zargon,
It's
somebody, can
probably
one of
because of
y'all tell
my
me if you can hear
wireless
him or not?
AirPods.
Cause I'll cut the game down. Let me just cut the game down lower. Cause the game don't fucking matter. It's just something to be on screen. You should be able to hear you for real now. Yeah, yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
but
saying.
that's my point. It's like, and I promise I'm gonna get to what you said, Mel. It's like, because like people will see Godman or me or anybody make a video and they'll be like, oh, these people are toxic. They have no lives. They're miserable, bro. It's entertainment and it's content. We are not like that all of the fucking time. That's not really how
No.
we are. Like with the LV video, right? It's, oh my god, you made an hour video about me, brother. You did the shit to yourself. We were just laughing at you. But anyway, like it's like what
Yeah.
Godman said. It's like they will add all of this stuff to the game, and it's not hard. It's not. It's like it's not difficult. The community is
Suck.
actively begging for hard content. And I kind of fucked up the other day when I got mad when I said there hasn't been anything difficult in the game in 10 years. The last difficult thing they added to the game was Source Wall Elite Plus. That was it. I can admit that that was difficult because it wasn't on test server. I think Mentors League got worlds first on it, so it wasn't on test server, which means there was no preparing to go into that content. You just did it. But even then, that was a while ago. Sourcewall Elite Plus Plus was a while ago. So it's like, what the fuck?
Like, what are we fucking doing here, dude?
They won't bring back
Like,
survival mode. And
it
then
won't
it's
fix PvP.
and then they won't fix PvP. Every single person that says PvP getting an update wouldn't help the game is dumb. They don't understand the dichotomy of how an MMO runs. You do your PvE shit weekly, and then you are held over and you are kept on the game by turning around and doing PvP shit. PvP is the pillar of I'm quoting fucking somebody else that people don't like when I say this. But PvP was the pillar of DC Universe Online. We're heroes and villains. What do heroes and villains do? They fight each other. We're not going to be fighting storyline NPCs all day long. We're going to what? Eventually fight each other.
That's the point of
Eventually.
MMO.
So like
It's the
what
point. Like, how? Sorry, I'm agreeing with you.
So it's like dude, and it's like you don't have to give PvP all the love in the world. Just give it a quality of life update. All they gotta do for PvP right now is just give it the January
Oh no,
2016
it,
update.
it's been 15 years. We need PvP love at this
Oh well,
point.
yeah,
It's been
now
over
yeah,
50
now
fucking years.
now yeah, now it
And
needs love. But
no,
all
we
they
need
gotta
bits and
all they gotta
pieces.
do to make PvP
Yeah.
viable is give it the January 2016 update all over again. And then, and this is gonna sound crazy, just make PvP artifacts. I will buy. Look, and I'm only saying this because it's a business. They need to make money. I want them to make money if they give me what I want. If you give me what I want as a player, I will buy what you are selling. You need money? Make PvP artifacts. Don't make them broken. Make them viable. Make them only work in arenas. Make them only work in scrims, and
Yep.
and make the same amount of artifacts that you made for PvE, or change and add to the current artifacts in the game so that they have different effects in PvP. You've already got them in the game. Just make new effects for them that are exclusive to PvP arenas and scrims. Guess what? It solves the problem. I want to use Dead King Scepter. Well, Dead's King Scepter is for it's for orbital strikes or whatever. I don't know what it's fucking for. It's for whatever, right? But in arenas, it gives me as a mental player more terror and mind control aspects, so they won't be able to do blah 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 blah. You see where I'm going with this shit? Jesus Christ, this Seraph is cracked right now. She's 9-2. Oh yeah, no, she's fucking cracked. I gotta start participating in these damn
Not
team
only
fights.
that, but at this point, right? Since these players be like PvP is not the pinnacle or whatever the fuck, these stupid fucking people that just play the game for a couple years for what it is. Like, if they just stats revamp open world, because look at Hall of Doom and look at Watchtower, how dead those two major factions of the basically indoor city is, right? We call it city, whatever, right? Faction, home base, whatever the fuck we want to call it, right? The main faction base. Look how dead Hall of Doom is and Watchtower, and they still
Jesus.
have enough space to fucking add stuff to it. They could even revamp the whole area if they want to, but instead they released the
This
Hall of Fame,
game
which
it's so funny.
it's
Predecessor is
like
so broken. It's not even funny. That's a
like
support character shooting me like I'm a fucking like it's like they're a carry. This game
you
is
know what I'm
fucking
saying?
horrible.
Like they should just release stats revamp. I mean stats clamp on open world at this point,
Dude,
so that
that's
way
not.
PvP gear
It's not gonna solve the
could
problem.
matter.
But it's not gonna solve the problem because even if they remove the stat clamp, this is what people don't understand.
No, no, not
Even if
remove. Add stats clamp to open world. I'm not saying remove it. Add just like because it makes no sense for the new areas to have stats clamp if the open world, the main open world, doesn't. If
that's
you
the
think about
thing.
it, the only
Even
places it's not stat clamp is
you,
open world
yeah, but
right now.
even if they do that, right? Like the
Mhm.
PvP gear, they need to add a new tier of PvP gear. It's either you add 102 or 200 PvP gear, or you raise the toughness and the stats on the PvP gear that's currently in the game. The problem with PvP with the PvP gear, the only reason why you're getting one-shotted and shit by fucking people in PvE gear is because the toughness is out of date. The stats on the PvE gear are stronger and they're bigger. I'd have
Yeah,
to log in on the game to show you. Like the stats are just like they're just more stats, just bigger numbers. That's the only problem.
yeah,
Look, all they gotta do is buff 35 percenters, make PvP artifacts, make sure allies cannot be used in arenas and in scrims like they did with fucking the array augments, and then give it the January 2016 update that they gave it. Because that was when powers and weapons were balanced. Like Zargon said in the chat, everything in that game is power spam now. And these people, these youngins run around like they're PvPers and shit. You niggas spam powers all day long. You're water. You spam water. Like I don't like. What do you like? There's no conversation. You're not a PvPer. They'll come into people's live streams talking shit. Oh, you were never good scrimmy, bro. You're the flavor of the month power and you spam. You don't even know how to use your weapon. And then be like, oh, I don't understand how you're even respected in PvP. How people even like you, motherfucker. I can use every weapon in the game. I was known as I used weapons in the game, buddy. That's why I'm respected. I didn't cheat. I had every opportunity to do cheesy shit with mental when mental was broken. I never fucking did it. That's why. That's what you don't understand. Game recognize game. Skill recognizes skill. You don't have any. You never did. But they get so upset and butthurt when you tell them the truth. It's like talking to a fucking brick wall trying to explain shit to them. It's a waste of your time. But that's just the power array augment thing. I want to read what Mel said. Hold on. He said, "I understand you
no,
guys,
good.
but I disagree with it's the community's fault narrative. The community doesn't have the authority to make decisions on what is created and implemented. I prefer the game to be more in line with how it was pre 2015. Devs don't care. Go back. I can agree with that, but here's where I'll agree to disagree, or I'll disagree, whatever. Agree to disagree. Fucking blah 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 blah. This is hold on, because this fucking hold on. Yeah, just run that. No, run this. Run the fucking Costa. Thank you. Here's why I disagree with that narrative now, Mel, and why I blame the community. It's always by default, it's always the devs' fault. It's never not going to be the devs' fault. But the problem is that the devs have a business.
Yeah, you got to think of it from a business
This
point
is
of view
like
rather than
the
just
fact that Zinx
consumer.
can still do this in the game. This is supposed to be patched, and she's able to do that. See, this game is also a prime example of characters doing shit that they're not supposed to be able to do, but because the developers don't know what the fuck they're doing and they listen to the wrong people, shit that they patched a year ago is working in the game again. A support character is not supposed to shred you like a fucking carry. This was a thing for 2 months and it was a joke, and then they nerfed it and they patched it and it's broken again because they rebroke their game when they implemented something new into it. What game sounds familiar? They bring in something new and they implement it and it breaks the game. What game do we all know sounds exactly familiar to that? The game we're currently
Right.
talking about. But anyway, this is a Nitro game. I can't control the fact that my offlaner couldn't fight their offlaner. Like uh, it's always the dev's fault, but it's the community's fault because the community does not have to run to what is the flavor of the month. They choose to. And I get that. Because I've had the conversation with people like I'm naming somebody you don't know. I've had the conversation, Godman, with people like Suffer. You know, Suffer plays BDO. That's his game and all that, right? Where like
Yeah.
if
Oh,
something
yeah.
gives you the advantage, you're gonna go be and use and do whatever the advantage is. Because everybody has the insatiable need to be first. Everybody wants to be over somebody else and say they're the best. But you don't have to do it. You can still out DPS water with other powers in the game. It's a little more difficult to do, but you can still do it. People don't want to do it because they're lazy. And or it's too difficult for them to figure out how to do it. Which is why in that little fucking 20-minute stream that I posted where I like yelled at the end of it, I vented and said I said, I mean, ooh, this nigga's loud. Holy shit. I said, this is why I said there is no Obsidian chill to save the community because, and this is where I was upset with how Obsidian was treated at the very very end of him being like done with the game in YouTube and all that, and how people were treating him and shit. Obsidian from the beginning of Revamp was making videos for the majority of the community to use as a basis for whatever their power or role was, for them to be able to take that knowledge, apply it, then add on to it and build from there. He never said he was giving people the best loadouts in the game, but they vilified him for not doing it. They never okay, what the fuck? I'm gonna play Iggy. Well, this game's got character. You see, this game's got an actual community in it. These people, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to mute him just for the stream. Shit, he was mad. Holy shit, I'm muting everybody. Anyway, so like, there's that, right? Then there's also the fact that once Obsidian provided everything that he could have provided to the majority of the community of people who are not free thinkers and who are not smart enough to create their own shit, they turned on him and acted like he never did anything for them. Not everybody did,
Yeah, I
but a majority of people did. Oh, Obsidian doesn't even want to provide this. When the last SM came out and him and New dropped the video about people cheesing and doing all this in there, and oh, he's a tattletale and he did this. Oh, he went in and he found out who
because they
got the.
fucking
Hold on,
suck.
hold on,
They
God,
don't
man.
want to be
Hold on, God,
exposed.
man. He went in and he found out who got this feat, which means he knows who cheated. He's a snitch. Like, y'all are not doing shit legit, but you're running around with the feet talking shit to people. So since you want to talk shit to people, let me expose you for the fraud that you are and show everyone that you're not good and that you cheated. Yes, maybe if you would have kept your fucking mouth shut and not gloated, nobody would have cared enough to expose you. Case in point, it's the same example of like, I'm gonna just be real with it. Niggas robbing an armored truck for cash and then going on IG and flexing the cash. Niggas always get caught because they always gotta flex. Nigga, keep that shit to yourself and shut up. But no, in that community and in gaming in general, people can't do that shit. Now I gotta deal with it eating. God damn it. These carries and shit and all these damn lanes and whatnot. It's like, dude. So again, I digress. The reason why I say it's the community's fault, the community doesn't have to buy into the flavor of the month thing. Now here's the real reason why I don't give the community the flack anymore. This is the third time that this has happened in the game's history. This happened with weapon mastery. This happened with advanced mechanics. Now it's happening with what the array augment, whatever the fuck this shit is. Whatever any of this bullshit is called. Third time it happened. Now, I understand. I get it. It's not the same community. There's a lot of new players. There are more older players than there are newer players on the game. There are more older players that have a platform, that have a voice, that can sway the opinion of the newer players to explain to them why doing what they're doing is wrong. They don't do it. Because as long as the older players can just do what they've been doing, $9.99 on the marketplace to go buy a power change token to be better than everybody else. As long as people can get top of the scoreboard in the DPS comp and some content when they want to be a battle tank, but they suck dick at pulling aggro, and then you have to tell them, my nigga, you suck. But they don't want to stomach the fact that they suck, and they'll try to pin the blame on you. Shout out to Magnum for dealing with that bullshit with that one kid whose name I'm not gonna name him because I don't want to roast him. But I have the video footage of him sucking dick in that Love and War Elite Plus run. And then I went and turned around and tanked that shit in a 15th of the time it took that nigga to get us through that run. Like, this is what people deal with on that game. And as a veteran, it's annoying. It's like we've played these games before, and even then, still, a lot of these newer players, they know what they're doing. They know they spent this money to buy this. They do this and they switch to these powers to be the best on the scoreboard because they don't have skill points. Because the game has no incentive or time frame for them to go grind skill points. If this game were a real MMO and it followed the formula of two PvE major DLCs a year and two quality of life, and in one of those quality of life updates, a PvP update a year, where the beginning of the year you got a PvE expansion, the middle of the year the next expansion was a quality of life update. The one after that was a PvP and quality of life update, and then the end of the year, quarter four, was a PvE update or whatever. It would literally give people time to be able to do everything in the game, because in the middle portion of the year, where it's summertime and people are not going to be gaming, they're going to be out. Anyone that wants to play the game that needs to get skill points can run old content because there's no PvE content in their max CR. And this is in a world where there is no stats clamp. So you being max CR, you can go run old content. Now you might not be able to melt and burn everything by yourself, but you can go in there and it won't be as difficult because you get the reward of having been and having grinded to max combat rating and being max level or having your skill points and shit. But this is shit that they don't want to do because, like Godman always says, that game's not an actual MMO. It's an action game with MMO qualities. It used to be an MMO when we used to get expansions. We used to get DLCs. War of the Light Part 1, War of the Light Part 2, Amazon Fury Part 1, 2, and 3,
Yep.
Halls of Power. What
Yep.
the fuck are you doing over here, Crunch? But the game's
Halls
not
of
like that. Now it's
power. Yeah.
episodes. Don't get me wrong, the narrative for the episodes and how they do that, that's cool, but it's too far too late. You want to get people back on the game as soon as possible. Bruh, you need to do something that's going to get what a majority of the community did back on the game. And a majority of the community PvP'd, whether you want to admit it to yourselves or not. They did. They PvP'd. If they didn't, why is the game's population so low that LFG does not move unless people argue about political shit? When the last time LFG moved was when Throne of the Dead Elite was the hardest raid in the game, and arguably when Happiness Home came out during Halls of Power Part 2. It was still moving because
Yep.
PvP was alive. Because powers were getting buffed and nerfed because we went through the mid-range DPS pass through. Well, guess what? That was sabotaged by the community because people were too impatient to wait for the devs to go through every power. Just like they're too impatient for the devs to finish buffing all the powers. And it's worse now because there is no major big development team. That's why they're selling powers in parts right now via the arrays. They can't buff an entire power set. They can't make a new one. They don't have a big enough team. But the player base that continues to play the game doesn't want to compartmentalize and doesn't want to fucking understand that. How are you so quick to bitch about something, but you can't understand the position the developers are in? The game is owned by a financial firm. They don't care about anything but money. They spent like $250 million buying the IP because it was DC. Detective Comics. That's $1 billion IP that hasn't been maintained well for like
Right.
2 decades, arguably one. They know there's money to make in that shit. That's why EG7 bought it. But none of you niggas want to understand that. So that's why, Mel, I say it ends up being the community's
Yeah.
fault. It is always going to be the devs' fault, bro. Always. But it's the community's fault because we've been in this position before. And I say
Yeah, it's
we
not the
because
first time.
I'm damn near almost back playing the fucking game because I log in. I log in to play it. When you play it and you log in, you're a part of the community. Oh, fuck off, Howard, sir. I'm not dealing with you. Like, it's like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you're not wrong. Like, it will always be the devs' fault. But the devs have to make money or the door is shut. If the door is shut, there is no game. If there is no game, everybody that spent their money on the game loses. Everyone loses. I lose. Godman, who hasn't played the game in years, loses. People like Titanium Shark and all these people that don't play anymore, they lose. We all lose. Don't nobody. We all don't want to lose. It's the reason, like, dude, DC Universe Online is still watched by tons of people. It goes viral on Twitter once a year during the holiday time. Just after fucking Halloween, in between Halloween and Christmas, it goes viral on Twitter. And you know what people say about it? I remember that game. That game used to be lit. The PvP used to be dope. The drama on there used to be crazy. When I was broke and couldn't afford any other games, that's the game I used to play. Everybody on Twitter, millions of people liking that shit, millions of people viewing the tweet. One of them troll accounts like Kira or Dexter or whatever will tweet about that fucking game, bro. Like, the game is popular. The game is remembered. And people even say, if this game got an Unreal Engine update and a graphical update, I'd be on there. They don't even fucking know that the game can't get that because of how bad the code is. And then when you ask the current player base, would you guys be down if they made DC Universe Online too, but you have to leave everything behind? Dumb people be like, nah, I'm not leaving my auras behind. Bro, they're just gonna bring them back and they're gonna look better. You can't let that shit go to get something better. You can't let go of a couple hundred people getting on the game for millions of people to start playing the game again. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it becomes one of those things where it's like if this is where you want to stay and you want to stay stagnant, I respect it. I'm not gonna hate on you, but you're missing out on even more fun in a better time because you don't want to let shit go. I played Destiny 2 from the beginning to it ending. Bro, you think I'm happy about that shit ending? Hell nah. But guess what? I signed the petition with the other 400, 300,000 people that signed it. The best I can do is hope Sony reneges on their decision. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's all I can deal with. That's all I can do. It's one of it becomes like with DC, it becomes one of those things where it's be happy it happened and you were a part of it. Don't be sad that if it ends. What? Sorry, I'm still locked in on the game. Fucking let's just siege this shit and take it. I'm fucking
But you brought up good for points. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
and you know it's like because it's so easy to yell and scream and shit. I do this shit all the time. If anybody watched me back, it's like Zargon can tell you that shit was normal. But every time I yelled and screamed, I didn't just say random stupid shit. What I said made sense. It's just I was just passionately fucking loud about that shit. And honestly, that video of me yelling and screaming, I only yelled and screamed because the person who I was talking about does that in their videos and they're fucking insufferable. They get on my nerves because they suck dick at the game. I ain't never letting that shit go. You suck. You know who you are and you suck. Did they die? Kira died in mid to Eden? Are you serious? I gotta go back. It's like, man, and you know, I understand that today I want men to be pushed in the direction. I'm not happy. I understand, dude. You're not the only one that feels that way. We don't even play the game anymore, and we feel that way. We working on these animated projects with our characters and friends' characters and anybody that like is cool wants to come. Like we're doing stuff like that. Godman and Shot Guardian are making some of the dopest shit that anyone's ever seen when it's come to that game, and they're able to do it now because their creativity. They finally have the tools for their level of creativity, and it's like you make all this dope shit, and then you can't even fucking play the game that it's inspired by because the game is ass.
Unfortunately.
You know how heartbreaking that shit is, bro. Game is poop. Can't even play it. Not completely. That's disheartening as fuck. I can make an animation of me and Godman's characters fighting each other to the death. And guess what? It ultimately won't matter. Please fight for this board. Oh, he died. I'm gonna die. Can I get this? Nope. I am out. Fuck him up still. Fuck him up still. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you turn the tides, bitch. Okay, I probably should have run. Yep, I should have run. Oh, shit. She ulted and missed. She ulted and missed. How was her head to get it? That's crazy. Um, this is why I be watching y'all. Yeah, like dude, like and I'm gonna quote somebody you're familiar with. And I don't and I'm at the point now where I'm really big on I'm really big on giving people their flowers. When they say something smart, when they were on to something, I don't give and I've said this to Godman and multiple people and they feel the way they feel about it and I respect their opinion on it. I don't give a fuck about how anybody feels about this shit. Lord God Melevant was right about everything he said about what was going to happen to this game. He was right. And nobody wants to give him his flowers. Some people do. Some people might not like him and might not fuck with him, but they give him his flowers. Godman's given him his flowers tons of times. But a lot of people don't want to give him his flowers because of how toxic he was. Nobody give a fuck about how toxic he was. He was right. When you're right, you're right. And he was right. Melevant was right about everything he said about what the game was, where it was going to go, and the direction it was going to be in. He was right. PvP was the pillar of DC Universe Online. He was right. Whereas my team is never around when I need them. These niggas be everywhere else but in the fight that we could literally win. Crazy. Like it's like you're not about to sit here and act like dude wasn't right. I could play a video for y'all after this game and show you some shit that he said, and you're gonna be like, damn, he was right. And this is why I'm so big on PvP. PvP, like he said this, I said this, Godman said this, Shock said this, fucking uh so many people have said this. Like PvP is based on your skill, how good you are. People would watch you because of how good you were. Kazuya Kazuki, Polka, Godman, what Melvin, fucking I can't. I'm trying to think of other names. Papa Cola, fucking me, whomever the fuck else you can think of, right? You watched them because they were good, they were skilled, they used a weapon and a power combo that you didn't think would work. Especially like think Kazuya with Quantum back in the day. Wasn't nobody using dual pistols. Think mental back in the day. Wasn't nobody using dual pistols. Godman did it. Kazuya did it. That's what they were known for. They used some shit that nobody really fucking used. Mental and bow. I did that. American Hero, Nature and Bow. I fought somebody with staff as mental. You never saw that shit. So it was interesting. You were like, damn, how the fuck they pull this off? That's what got people's attention and made you want to watch them. PvE at the time was everyone using the same fucking weapon mastery. Now don't get me wrong, but DPS comp videos were not a big deal back in the day. No one gave a fuck about DPS comps. That's why I never liked DPS comp videos. I never cared for them. Don't get me wrong. It takes skill to be a DPS. It does. It takes skill to be a DPS.
Yes, it does.
But
I mean,
it's
back
not
then, yeah.
that big of a deal. Yeah, even Go Gamer. Go Gamer sucked at PvP, but guess what? Go Gamer didn't need to be good at PvP because Go Gamer was funny as shit. He was entertaining. And the fact that Go Gamer knew he wasn't good at PvP. He used something in the game that he knew was broken. He knew everybody in the community knew it was broken. Everybody in the community knew how to beat it, and he was still beating people. That's why it was funny watching a Go Gamer video. That's why Go Gamer has a name in the community. Go Gamer never ever said he was good at PvP in the game, and nobody ever really copped that. They never really peeped that. He never said he was a good player, but He's popular, and he's gonna go down in history on that game as a big deal because that motherfucker was entertaining. Don't care how any. I don't even like Go Gamer like that, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like he wasn't entertaining and he didn't make good content. He did. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It is what it is. But that's just. But I digress. That's just the power array thing, dog. Which kind of bled into the other stuff that I was gonna mention, dude. As far as who I was talking about the other day, they know who they are, and quite frankly, I'm at the point now where if I keep seeing content be made from them where they're just being overtly toxic, y'all people are gonna see me go at motherfuckers directly on the game again. And I'm not a drama content creator, but I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna go for niggas next. Cause I'm sick and tired of like someone that doesn't have an audience being shit on. And because you have a platform and you get views, because you do these clickbait titles and all this bullshit, you think that you can just start shitting on people that don't have a YouTube channel. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because you're not even good to begin with. You want to talk about how bad they are? Let's talk about people being bad. And I can bring up some stories about how you suck dick in some of the hardest content in the game and how you want to talk about the shit nowadays like it's a flex. When the shit you play nowadays ain't even fucking hard. We can go tit for tat on that shit. I promise you, you'll lose long before I will. I don't know what my team is doing, bro, but they just have. They have to. The problem is they have like their carry went mid. I can't fight this. I just yeah. This game is over. You can't even kill me. That's the fucked up thing. That's how you know the enemy team wasn't good. You couldn't even kill me. You like I every single time I died was a 2 to 3v1 in this game. I just realized that. But again, a loss is a loss. What the fuck ever. It's Nitro. I don't care. This is just background video while I just rant about this shit. They put a carry in mid and then they put a fucking mid in carry lane and they won that shit. That's just strategy. They had two mages that aren't supports in duo lane. Duo lane was fucked to begin with. But like it's just where it is, man. Like I don't like that shit. I don't like the incessant bullying and shit. I don't fuck with it like that. Now on the other hand, I'll say this just to not be a hypocrite. In the next couple of weeks and potentially months, y'all might see some shit from me that might seem like I'm bullying. I'm telling you now, every single person that I talk about and every single thing that I do moving forward, that individual or that group fucking did something to deserve it. It's not random. I'm letting you know now in this live stream for those of you who are here and those of you who end up watching this shit after it gets VODed and it goes up on the channel. Every single person that you're gonna see me go at, collaboratively talk about, or just simply just go for their jugular, they asked for it. Because the one thing people don't seem to remember or they don't want to seem to get is that I didn't do anything except maybe upload a minute and a half long video every couple years on this game. But for 10 years, I said nothing about this game, its content creators, and the overall community. I am no longer restrained by some of the things that I was restrained by before to where I can no longer share any of my opinions. This is my YouTube channel. I will talk about whomever I want, whatever I want, whenever the fuck I want. And by proxy, because I'm also streaming on Twitch, it's my Twitch channel. I'll talk about whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. If you don't like it, get the fuck off of my channel, stay the fuck out of my live stream chat, and go fuck off to your little corner. That's for people that don't like what I say and don't like where I come from. You don't have to agree with everything I say. As long as you come to me with a basic level of respect, we can agree to disagree and we can have dialogue about it. But if you come to me with disrespect, fuck nigga, you're gonna be put in your place. Just had to
Yep.
let that out. Because that's what people don't seem to
Yeah.
understand with YouTube. YouTube went from it being YouTube broadcast yourself to it being a business to it being people being codependent on their viewers watching them so they can get paid to live a life where they don't have to work a real job. This is a fucking hobby for me. I don't need this shit. You don't control what I upload and when I upload it. You don't want to watch it, don't click on it. That's all I have to say about that. It's just irritating to deal with that type of shit. When it comes to DC Universe Online, it's like y'all have been in this position before, and if it's not everybody, there are people in the community that have been in the position before. They remember what we went through as a collective community, and you like listen to them. But the hard part is newer people using their discernment. For people that don't know what discernment is, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna be fat, white, racist, bigoted motherfuckers that are gonna stalk and watch my shit. Discernment means decision making. They're gonna be people that don't know how to use their decision making skills to figure out who they should be listening to and who they shouldn't be listening to. Don't just look at what people say or what they vent about and you agreeing with what they're venting about. Look at how they play. Look at what they upload. Look at how much they upload and what they talk about. Look at that shit. Because not everybody that makes videos on this game is somebody you should be watching or paying attention to. Especially when it comes to cosmic dickheads that buy every artifact at 200. They they
Yeah,
buy
the
they,
Mr. Aura.
they buy every artifact at 200. Put they wolf and then they buy every artifact at 200. Then they wolf pack every artifact for all of their characters that aren't endgame. Then they go run content in a basic casual run. They get top DPS, then they screenshot it and post it on their community post and say that they're the best players and that the meta isn't shit. Those players in particular are fucking horrible at the game. And they were beta testers and they suck dick. And what's funny is they're known on another game that they used to main, and when you ask content creators in that community about them, they say that that person sucked dick at that game too. Don't ask me how
Yep.
I know that. It's not like I went into that community and asked. And again, these are people that brought this shit on themselves. I didn't go to their channel and comment on their shit. I didn't go to their community posts and comment on their shit. They came to my channel and screenshotted my live stream chat and posted it on their community post and started talking shit about people in my live stream chat. They came over here and they bothered me at 4 in the morning when I was trying to VOD bugs in an early access game that's coming out in December because I'm one of the people that got early access to it. And maybe motherfucker like they want my feedback. I got asked to do it. They come into my live streams at 4 in the morning on like 5 different YouTube accounts trying to talk shit to me because they want me to scrim them on a game I don't play anymore. But they say I'm trash and I'm bad. If I'm trash and I'm bad and I was never good at PvP, why do you want to scrim me so badly? I'm bad. So if we're going by your logic and I suck and you want to scrim me, that means that I'm better than you, which is why you want to beat me to upload you beating me so you can say you were better than me. So you're ass and you're worse than me. So why would I scrim you if you're worse than me? But we all know the real reason behind that. It's not rocket science. It's like these people bring this shit on themselves, and then what ends up happening is because nobody goes back and forth with them, nobody addresses them, nobody puts them in their place. They get comfortable and they do it to everybody. And then when you finally meet them with the same level of detail, with the same level of aggression, when with the same level of intellect or the lack thereof that they don't really fucking have, that's when they get flabbergasted and they're like, "Oh man," because you didn't know who the fuck you were dealing with. Like Mike Tyson said, people on the internet are so comfortable saying shit that they just need to be. I'm saying what he said verbatim. They just need to be punched in the fucking mouth for the shit that they say. Niggas on the internet need to be put in their place. Voldemort said this shit in Harry Potter, and I'm gonna say it verbatim. The only reason why evil prevails is because good men do nothing. Well, it's not just men, it's women and it's people too. It's irritating. The era of me not speaking up on some shit when I don't like it is gone. There's motherfuckers from this game's community that are so obsessed with me. They make up blatant lies about some of the wildest shit that they do and try to make it seem like we do it. Did you know that somebody made a community post saying that me, Godman, and somebody else share animated pornography on Discord to teenagers? Did you know that not only do I not know any teenagers on Discord, not only do I not associate with pretty much anybody that isn't in my Discord on Discord, that person that said that shit actually did that shit before. And so you're like, and so you end up being like, where's this coming from and what the fuck? And they say and they post and they do and all this ridiculous shit because they want to elicit a response from you because they need you, ergo us, to get any views and attention when it comes to this game's community. But when we don't respond to them, nobody gives a fuck about a single thing that they do. And it's actually kind of fucking pathetic. They're always ready and prepared to comment on everything that we do, what we say, what content we upload. They're always copying certain people, like fucking Godman, for literally everything. And it's irritating. Because it's like imitation is a form of flattery, but my nigga, you're just a stalker and you're weird. But it's okay because that individual that did commit defamation of character, which is illegal and you can be sued for it via a community post of you saying it, as long as it's been saved, which haha, too late, already been saved. Like nigga, you can be sued. I can sue you for saying that shit. That's a lie and that's defamation of character. Guess and I is not just the name of my YouTube account. It is my brand. It is my business. It is a side business. I can sue you. You can go to jail if you don't pay for the damages. And you're going to get sued. I'm going to sue you. The same way I'm going to share with everybody in this game's community and on the internet every single dark fucking detail about you. You're going to get put on, everyone's going to know who you are but before the end of the year. And there's not going to be any copyright striking the video. There's not going to be any begging me to take the video down. I'm not as nice as other people are that have been to you. You're done. You're cooked. You're toast. You're fucked. You did this to yourself. Because multiple times you were told to leave motherfuckers alone, and multiple times you did not. And now you're going to deal with the consequences of your actions. And it doesn't matter if you live in Bakersfield, Los Angeles. It doesn't matter where you move to, where you live, what mobile home you reside in, what house you move into, whom you marry, what family members you lose. You're still going to get the consequences of your fucking actions. I don't give a fuck about you, your life, or anybody associated with you that you care for. You did this to yourself, and you are going to get the consequences of your actions because you have lived a life so comfortable where you disrespected the people that take care of you so much that you don't understand what consequences are. And guess what? I'm gonna be your fucking consequence, nigga. And I'm gonna enjoy every fucking moment of it. And that's just me. May God have mercy on your soul for the other people that want worst for you, who you've kept on fucking harassing and who you've kept on defaming. Cause they're going for blood. I'm just making sure you don't have a platform. And you ain't gotta say nothing about that. Cause I'm telling you right now, this shit right here, this little DC Universe Online shit, this shit is out of hand. And it's ridiculous for no reason. There's two to three different types of people that play DC Universe Online, and there always have been. There have been the weirdos, there have been the gamers, and then there have been the people who cannot differentiate a game from life because their online identity is everything that is them. Really, Chimera?
I'm here.
No, no, no. My jungle is getting jumped.
Oh,
Fuck. God damn it. Do it. I dare you. Do it. You wasted your ult. Oh, he's so lucky. He's so fucking lucky. Like you gotta understand too, since you reacted to that Zargon, that person has said that that person has said that they would grape some people you know. That person has said that they would bro, the shit that I have on this person is so bad that when you finally see everything at once, because that's what it's gonna be, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And you're not gonna look at the game. You're not gonna look at DC Universe Online the same. But don't worry, there will be several warnings of this does not this does not represent the game, its current community. This simply represents the individual and what they've done on the game. Because I don't. One of the biggest issues that I had with DCUO is that the YouTubers for the game, the shitty ones, the ones that were about drama, the ones that were about pedo this and all that, they made the game on YouTube look bad. And then they wonder what, and then people that are good content creators wonder why the devs never listen to YouTubers about anything on the game. Well, if I was a developer and you were uploading videos on my game and your video was such and such exposed, pedo whatever this, blah 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 that, why would I listen to you? Why would I watch your video? Why would I do anything? You know what I'm saying? And I've always hated that for this game.
yeah.
Every other game I've ever played has had a robust community of content creators that you could take serious, but they were fucking professional. Destiny 2's content creators were some of the most some of a majority of them were some of the most professional and like entertaining content creators. They worked together. Even when they beefed with each other, they kept it professional. Bro, I'm just like what the like DC could never have that? Like really? You know what I'm saying? I'm like damn. Like when I left in 2016 and I came back and all this other shit. Sorry, when I left in 2016 and I came back and all that shit happened, bro. I was like, dude. I was like, what the fuck is up with this game in YouTube? 6 GBD, such and such exposed that, blah blah blah. This grind time, this. I'm like, why are y'all talking about people's lives IRL and not talking about the game? What happened to shit being about the game? All you niggas that suck at the game are talking about people in real life. What the fuck? And I didn't want to do videos anymore. Sorry,
It's just
I get locked in. God, man, yeah, because you're here, bro. Say, go ahead and talk. It's not just me. Go ahead.
my thing. No, no, I know. I just needed you to get a lot of your shit out of your chest. But I'm gonna just say this, right? I want to get some things in on my chest. Going back to that specific individual, just know when that type of content drops, you're especially you, Zarga, and everybody's watching this now, and for the people who are watching in the near future, like hours later to a day later, just know that he is fucking done. He is fucking cooked. His reputation was sick completely to the fucking ground. And I will make sure his channel get deleted and get put behind bars because we actually have real evidence on this stupid fuck that likes to harass us actual content creators that's trying to do bigger things than just DC in general. Because you guys got to understand too, we're older now. We're not fucking kids anymore. Where you know, we got to keep making back and forth videos, whatever. Granted, I did 3 videos on LV to 4, possibly, because the guy did it to himself. He was part of the problem of the community of promoting propaganda of of everything that goes on that game, which is pay to win promotion that is involved, and wants to claim he created the meta and wants to create like he wants to act like he was the OG and all this other shit. So
Yeah,
a guy like me who
that's
used to
that's
play the
where that
fucking
came
game,
from.
yeah, and
I want you to finish. That's
mhm,
where the LV videos came from. If anyone was curious, he kept saying that
yeah,
he made the game what it was, and he's an OG, and nobody
yeah,
even
he's
knew
an
who the fuck.
OG,
Nobody even knew who the like. Nobody know, and anybody that was around back then, none of us even knew who the fuck he was. So nigga, you're lying. Shut up. Like nobody even knows you. People didn't know me till
right,
2015 because I purposely didn't make content because there was everybody else was making content. You don't see me saying that
right,
shit, and
exactly.
and people know me as, oh, guess not, you're the OG from back in the day. Like, who are you? Nobody knows you, LV. What the fuck are you talking about? It basically became an insult to anybody that really was around back then.
Yeah, it definitely felt like an insult. Excuse me 1 second here. All right, clear that out so I
And
got
then
your feet.
him like exposing himself and fucking like getting
Oh,
himself banned
that
was
was
the
funny.
cherry on top. It was like, bro, you did. It's like, bro, you did that. You can't blame anybody else for you did this to yourself. You literally did this to yourself.
Yeah, and then the fact that is like, even though people like that exist, that likes to claim they like, oh, it's always them, it's never me. Obi is the type of guy who can't take accountability like a fucking woman. I gotta
Exactly.
say it. He
Zero
acts like a
accountability
woman,
because nobody really
zero
held him to it. And if
accountability.
they did, they didn't do a good enough fucking job doing it.
Nope.
And I'm not
Eh,
disrespecting the guy's parents because I'm pretty sure his parents probably they probably shoved their foot up his ass. But it's like because he does all his shit online and they don't follow what he does online daily, the motherfucker moves online and does scumbag shit. And it's not even. And
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Even with what LV did, right? On the game, nothing LV really did on the game was really that bad. It's just, bro, you broke terms of service. What you did on the game wasn't bad. You just worked the game and you were just selling shit for real money. Unfortunately, you didn't read the terms of service when they got updated in 2024 in the fall, just before Dark Curse came out. You can't do that shit. You did this to yourself. Then you were banned and live streamed you on the game on another account. The development team is small, but guess what? The development team for DCUO is petty as fuck. That's the same dev team that told you guys, we make the artifacts we want to make based on how we play the game. You guys just have to deal with whatever we make and what we buff and nerf. That's the same dev team that had a guy on there named Jackster that told people PvP will never get an update. You have to buy our time capsules if you want to get skill points. The dev team for DCUO going all the way back to Spittle has always been petty. Spittle took clipping or whatever out of the game because of Obsidian Chill making fun of him not being able to do a loadout like correctly. So, like, if you're an OG LV, you know the dev team has always been petty, which means you should have known you were in the sniper crosshairs, nigga. Don't blame nobody else but you. And then you want to go and you want to, should I make a video where I expose all the horrible glitches and all the things in the game? So basically, you want to be a little bitch and you want to ruin the game for people that still play it and pay for it because you didn't get what you wanted. So you're just a crybaby little bitch. And that's not, and again, me saying all this isn't me saying this to LV. I'm repeating what other people in the community have told me how they felt about him. I don't give a fuck if he makes the video or not. Personally, I want him to. Fuck it. Make the video. Show all the glitches. Do it. I don't care. But people in the community that play every day, people in the community that grind and save ninth metal, they're preparing for the next artifact. They love everything about the game. Like they got into the game and they're not as disgruntled as people like me or Godman who are old players. They're gonna hate you for it. It's like bro, like nigga, I don't
like make
understand
it
that
make
shit.
sense, you know? And
Yeah,
that's the thing, like this goes back to saying we're older now. You know how it used to be, how I used to make content. Granted, there were funny ass videos back in the days, great PvP videos, scrims, wars, all that good stuff. Trust me, I wish I was able to at least kept a good amount of videos versus the rest of the crap that I made. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There was some content that were worth keeping, but unfortunately, it was in the past and we lived through a good time. Sometimes we gotta appreciate sometimes we gotta appreciate the fact that things must end, but for the ending to begin anew. You know what I'm saying? And then we have these type of people who are stuck in the past. I'm not gonna fully name drop, but I like to sit
I
there and
don't give
say,
I don't give a
just adapt.
shit. Name drop
Just
whoever the
adapt, bro.
fuck you want. I don't
No, no,
care.
no.
I'm done.
Hang on, because no, yeah, I agree. It's not that I'm not scared to whatever. It's just more like I want to keep it PG fucking 13 to stream, right?
Understood.
People want to sit there and be like, adapt, bro. Just adapt to the meta, to this, to that. Listen, these type of people are the reason why the game is completely shit because they are just adapting without even making videos of explaining issues, especially some that don't even use their voice in their fucking videos,
Okay.
but somehow they have a fucking platform. And
Hold,
it
wait.
mind bogs me.
Let me elaborate on that, and I'm gonna let you continue. When he says they tell him to adapt to the meta, what he's saying, guys, is there is no meta. The meta is your credit card being swiped and
Yeah.
spending money. That's the meta
Wipe that bitch.
they're telling
Yeah.
everybody to adapt to. Well,
Wipe
continue,
that
Godman.
motherfucker.
You were gone.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I sit there, right? And people like that, right? That I want to sit here, and I'm gonna say this because I know there's people who are lurkers and want to fucking assume shit, whatever the fuck we say something. Because now it just shows that you are part of the crowd that thinks the same way when we have an opinion about the game, and especially when it comes to people. They are part of the problem with the fucking community who swipes their credit card. I don't know how LD got a platform. I don't know how other people who don't even speak on their fucking YouTube videos have a fucking platform. Like, I just don't know how people have platforms when, you know, when they make videos that are mediocre and garbage.
Hmm.
And somehow the community's sitting there applauding. Yeah, I love this video. I'm sorry. I honestly guess I'm starting to realize a lot of these people in today's generation and people we used to know low key have Down syndrome. They just don't look like it, but their brain
Come
is
on,
it's like
come on,
fucking
Godman.
no. It's just
Come on, man. Chill. It's all like you just
fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Call them out how I see it, bro. It's
he
like they don't have to look like they're down,
to
but the
elaborate. He's just saying people that he knows are actually smart are acting fucking stupid. That's all he's
yeah,
Godman saying.
it's just it's just like what are we doing as a community to make actual changes like we did a long time ago? Even though we gotta praise Lord Melvin, but Lord Melvin stabbed me in my fucking back and went against my words when we did the podcast. And I told him specifically, I remember till this
Yeah,
yesterday, like it was fucking yesterday. I told him,
it look, and
oh,
it happens, and
right.
you told him not to do it. He tried as long as
Eh,
he could, and then he just flipped. But it again, you can't
He made it
control
about him and
you can't
Orbit.
yeah, but you can't control what other people do. You can try, and unfortunately, that was that could have been. And the fallout from that podcast, had he would have been able to really keep in a lot of his
His
frustrations,
composure. Yeah.
it could have led to something good because not only were we all there, but Meps showed up via the DC Universe Online official account on YouTube and was there in the stream chat. Like
We had it.
we got the senior community manager's attention, which was the entire goal. And any single time, and I'll say this, any single time anybody from the PvP community that I guess is popular on YouTube is what I'll say, right? Because apparently we're all of us PvP YouTubers, we're all trash. We've never been good, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Whatever. Yeah. Somehow we have a following base, but we're trash.
every
Yeah.
single time we
Whatever.
try to do anything to get anything advocated for or pushed for PvP, we always have some other content creator who's not as popular, who's a hater or somebody come out of nowhere and fuck with us, and it derails everything we're doing because it's like we're about to cross the finish line and we get hit by a fucking freighter truck.
Oh my God, that's what it felt like. We was literally right there.
It's a
We was about
dude
to get that PvP
it,
focus update, and then boom,
and
fuck you.
it was at the point where like like some of us had some ideas to give to MEPS where we were gonna be like, we don't even care if you give us credit. Just take the idea and execute it. It will make you money and it will give us as a community what we want. Well, people know me for PvP because of my videos, the editing, how good I was, and all that. Bro, I played both PvP and PvE. I do both. I don't just play one. I do both PvP and PvE.
Yeah.
I was an end game top tier PvEer on the game. The
What's up,
reason
Shock?
why the reason why I was
Oh,
so good at PvP is because that's what you had to be like when you played the
He's
game.
streaming, by the way.
That's what people don't understand
I don't know if you
about
know,
DC
but
Universe Online, especially the people that play now. Everyone back in the day was good at both sides of the game. It wasn't until PvE got all these massive buffs and PvP got nothing to counteract to make sure that the shit was kept in line that PvP got broken. PvP
it's like,
before the mid-range DPS update for all of the powers that didn't do good damage was fine. They started the mid-range DPS update, I think, in like March of 2016 or some shit. And Rage was the first one that got it, or some shit. And then that was what led Godman reaching his fucking breaking point where he went Rage and he beat like fucking 3 or 4 leagues and uploaded it in an hour-long video on his old channel to prove the point that you're not good, you're using a broken power. Like
yeah, I remember I
people
fucking
people
flipped and I
people
switched.
people don't understand that you PvE to PvP and you PvP'd to PvE. You PvP'd to get the feats in PvP to give your character that much more of an edge via skill points because people couldn't get the PvP feats. That's how hard it was getting the feats. If you got 25 moon base wins, you're an anomaly because so many people queued Moonbase back in the day, you were not winning every game you queued into. Between people being support roles, like using
But
anything and everything that they could use, you were not winning every game. You didn't win 25 games in a row that fast. It would take you maybe 2, 3 years to win 25 games in a row if your league was consistent. Then you got to deal with people getting on the game, people that you can PvP well with that you have synergy with.
Shock is here, by the way. Guess what?
Yeah, I know.
Just
What's
giving
up,
you a heads
Shock?
up.
Fours and fives competitive PvP leagues always queuing into that against each other. Not scrimming, but queuing into it for marks. And a regular PvE league going against a 5v5 league like Gifted, or a 4v4 league or like Gifted or somebody in
One
fours.
Piece
And
gifted,
so because the
Zulu.
PvE league isn't a PvP league, they get their asses
there is.
beat. So a lot of PvE leagues didn't get the PvP feats. But if you got those feats, it gave you more skill points, which made your character better in the game because you had those stats added to what you had them
It's
for.
like,
Like that's what
it's
people don't
like,
understand. Like them giving away all of the PvP styles in the fucking Lady Shiva vendor is
yeah.
a joke, but like you can give them the style from the armor, and yeah, it's a 3-star feat, but they don't have 25 Bell Rev wins. They don't have like 30 or however many 8v8 Australia wins, Hall of Doom wins, Watchtower Containment Facility wins. They don't have that. And now that shit doesn't queue. So people that get into the game will never get it. And now instead of advocating for PvP to be fixed and playable, so everyone in the game can have something to do when they're loot locked from everything in PvE, so they don't have to continuously spam shit. You just want the devs to just give those feats away for free? No. They should never give them away for free. You should be advocating for PvP to get fixed enough to where it queues and you can play it. So you have something to do. And you know what else they should do with PvP when they update it, if they ever do? Make it to where you get bonus nymph medal drops if you pop a nymph detector in or when you go into arenas. If you win, you don't just get marks of valor, you get nymph medal. You get something that
Yeah, there's
goes towards something else in the game that you
so
need it
many
for.
ways for the game
You get stabilizer
So
fragments
the
when
reward
you
system,
when you
especially
win in
PvP.
arenas.
So many ways.
Like these are all little things that they could implement in the game that will incentivize players playing that shit, and then everyone will always queue that because they'll
Hold
get
up.
stabilizer fragments, they'll get ninth metal, they'll get marks of valor for their PvP armor, they'll potentially get PvP feats. If you want something to be playable, you need to breathe life into that shit. They don't like. Do you
Also,
know how
Shock,
many
what's
players? I'm sorry, Godman. Do you know how many
no, you
players
good.
would play PvP just for bonus ninth metal drops off a ninth
No, you good, brother.
detector that don't want to
Nope.
spend money buying XP off the marketplace? They stack up on ninth
It just gets
detectors,
you.
and then not only that, player time on the game will increase, which will look good stat wise for Daybreak going to
Yeah,
EG7 because people will be playing on alt characters. The only other thing they that I think that they should do is they should make all currency in the game for PvP universal on your account. Meaning, if you have a one-on-one character and you max out your marks of valor, you can use that currency to buy gear on your alts. But if they do the ninth metal thing, and if they do the stabilizer fragment thing, they don't need to do that. If they don't do those two things, they should make marks of valor universal on all your characters. Because
that
I
too.
don't want to
I
get
was
on an alt character and I want to PvP as this power on an alt, but I can't buy PvP gear to PvP with. If I have max marks of valor, let me do it. And also raise the fucking cap on marks of valor to be infinite like source marks.
damn stunning.
But these are all little. These are things that nobody in the game and has ever proposed to the dev team that I know of, because everybody's too busy trying to start drama and make drama videos or talk about this and that. And then
Who's
when
better? What
yeah, and
DPS?
then when
How?
somebody
Yeah,
does make fucking content about PvP, they advocate for the dumbest and stupidest shit to be brought back in the game because they're not knowledgeable and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm talking about you, brain remover. You want DPS debuffs brought back into the game, or at least you did, and you didn't realize that DPS debuffs were the last thing given during the period of us having role specific gear, and it literally broke PvP, so they took away all of the fucking debuffs and the RPS system completely out the game as a result of it. You don't need debuffs. You need better gear or the stats to be updated. You need 35 percenters to execute when people are at 35% health. You
bring
might
back weapon
need you might
mastery. The
need
fuck.
PvP artifacts. You need weapon mastery. I want the little weapon mastery ring thing to pop up when I do a weapon mastery again. That shit
Yeah,
was
I
dope.
missed that.
I missed
I
that
missed
shit.
that little feeling.
And if I'm gonna be
I was gonna
nitpicky,
say,
I want the weapon buff little animations like when you were quantum and you were pistols and you would spin them shits around or whatever. But people are gonna complain. It takes
was
me too long to get the buff, so I can't do the maximum damage output. Whatever, nigga. Anyway, like, look, these are all ideas that I don't think anyone has gone on the forums. I know they're back up. No one has told the dev team any of this shit. And the only
really
reason why I'm not doing it
pretty
is
good.
because I don't play the game consistently enough to care.
Yeah,
Any one of your creator league content creators could propose this to the dev team, could make a video, and then make a video to share with the community, and then share it with the dev team, and then have the community like and back that shit. And any one of your creator league content creators could do this. They're not doing it. They're not doing
here's
it.
my question.
Why
Here's
aren't
my
they doing
question,
why
because
aren't
I
they
want.
doing it? They
Yeah,
don't
it's
care because
because
they get
they
paid
don't
by the
care.
game to upload the content the game wants, and they get your views and attention, so they get the growth of their YouTube channel. They don't give a fuck about the
Um,
community. Giving a fuck about the community is not making a video telling the community what's about to come out. Multiverse does that shit, and he's no longer even in the creator league, and he gets the information sometimes before they do. How the fuck is he pulling that off?
I was gonna say, Shock. So I don't know if you want to speak on because he is streaming. What's your thoughts on DCO today, especially the power? What is it? The power arguments? That's what they want to
Yeah,
call it. Like, what's your
power
thoughts
array
on that?
augments. And yeah, I
Yeah.
want
What's your
bleed
what?
back in the
Nah,
game too, Shadows.
all that
Badly.
shit is bad. It's bad. It's not good.
Not good.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. I really want to talk about it.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you
It's
want me
fair.
to?
It's a fair one.
You need to talk to God, man? You want me to leave? I'll leave.
No, with Leaf was your stream. What do you mean?
No, like I
Leave,
mean,
like
or
leave.
I'll deafen or whatever, so y'all can talk if he wants to say something. Because
No,
I don't want him to say
no,
anything. He doesn't want to be
because
on
I
screen.
mean, no, I mean, if he's, I mean, are you comfortable, Chuck, or nah?
I'm chilling. We're just playing Tekken.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll
No,
probably,
yeah, because
you know what, Shock.
yeah, I feel
After I
like,
play this game, I'll get on Tekken. I'll go a couple rounds of you, bro.
yeah, because I feel like I feel like since you're here, that's why like I kind of brought the light since he's streaming, so that
But
way you don't feel like
but my whole, but
but
like
also bring.
my whole thing is why does it take somebody like me or Godman or Shock or like anyone that doesn't play the game anymore to have these ideas for the community? OG Mentor could come up with 1,000 great ideas for PvE right fucking now, and he doesn't play the game
Yeah,
anymore.
he doesn't play the game anymore.
Why does
He's
it
more of a PvE.
why does it have to be any of us proposing this shit when you have active, passionate content creators creating content for the game that are literally partnered with the game and they're not saying any of this.
Too out for this shit. Yep.
They don't none of them advocate for the other half of the game that isn't playable. And you want me to come back to a game where I only get to play half of it and the half that I get to play is fucking broken? Or no, the half that I get to no, it's not broken. The half that of the game I get to play is a majority pay to win only from the aspect of me needing to be paid to win to be able to fucking compete. I'm just gonna go Murdoch. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to buy everything from an event immediately. I can do the 20 days or whatever, but because of the whole notion of people's brains being like, "Oh, I want to do this or I want to do that or whatever." They
Right, right,
buy the
right, right,
shit
right, right.
immediately to max it out to be the best DPS, not realizing that nigga, I don't have to buy this event out to beat you on the scoreboard. This is predecessor Skittles. This is a Paragon remake, the only one that survived.
That's what I'm saying. If you're shocked to not even play the game for a long time, and he saw that, even I think it looks cool. Like I said earlier,
I'm streaming
but
on
I think
YouTube as well, Skittles, in case you were wondering.
yeah, it looks cool. But for the power argument to be a thing, what people don't realize is they don't have that many people in the dev teams like they used to. It's not even the same dev teams, right? And
That's
when they start
Godman
slowly updating the powers
and Shock. Skittles.
over time, you're going to see everybody doing the same exact thing. I'm calling it. I don't even have
Oh
to
yeah,
bet
people have already
money
been
on
saying
this.
that everybody's gonna use
But
the same
everybody's going to
thing
have
and
the
yeah.
same power hybrid set loadout, whatever. And people are going to get distracted to the idea of rather than being creative, even though it's there, they're just going to copy what everybody else is doing. Meaning, you're not going to see any controllers anymore. That's out the window because you're already getting power back anyways. You're not really going to see much healers because
Okay,
now
I'm
abilities
good.
can heal yourself. So what is an MMO, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me that. What is an MMO? What is that? Has anybody else ever played any other games besides DC to understand what an MMO is? I would truly wonder that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing, bro? Like, what the fuck are we doing? And why is this even happening? Like, I don't even know if the community even really thinks for this shit. Or this is just another way of the devs just trying to make money because they need money. Because why else should they bring it back Nimbus Aura? I think that's a fucking slap in the face for everybody. They're bringing back something that's supposed to be rare. So there's no more rarity. There's no more creativity. Now everybody could be whatever they want when truly everybody's is copying each
How
other
you
more
doing,
than
Horace?
just yeah, hey, what's up, Horace? Like it's just there's no like everybody's gonna copy each other.
That
And I
yeah,
promise you, you're gonna see
that's
these
what yeah.
loadout videos.
Everyone's gonna be
You're gonna see,
doing the same shit. And the thing
yeah,
is this is another reason why at the end of that other little 20 something minute video stream I yelled, "There's no Obsidian Chill to save you now." There is no Obsidian Chill to make loadout
I don't
videos
watch that
for you
again.
when this shit when this shit releases. You're all on your own now. Have fun figuring out how to incorporate that shit. Because the high end DPS players in the game, they're not going to share with you the best thing to use. They'll give you a loadout for some views. they're not gonna share with you what they use. So good luck. Good luck trying to figure out what to use because you all ran to Obsidian's videos for what to do and how to run it and what was the best. The really, really good players, the good DPSs, the Hezzies, the OG mentors, the super clips, they make up their own shit and figure it out because they're smart enough to figure it the fuck out. And that's why it's irritating, and that's why I got
Yeah.
mad. I kind of blended and blurred a bunch of lines when I got mad because I was just fucking irritated. It's like you're not good. You talk shit about other people, and a majority of what you run you got from a content creator that made the guide for you so you could be viable. They aren't around anymore, so I can't wait to see how you talk shit when the game changes and tanking changes. You don't even have, and or you're not susceptible to feedback from other people to be able to fucking hold on. I'm jungling, so this is
What is
like
this elevator, bro? What the fuck is going on with
winning
this
the
elevator?
chase. Oh, he's healing. Fuck. All right. Yeah, like you're not even like if with the person that I was venting about, it's like you're not even susceptible to taking feedback because when you do, you complain about people telling you what to do, and you say, "Don't tell me what to fucking do." You wouldn't be told what to do if
What's
someone
going on,
didn't
man?
notice something to help you be better. You're only getting the feedback to be told something to be better. It's not because you suck, even though I know you suck dick. It's because they see something that could help you be even better than you actually are. Hold on, I got out my mid laner. I don't know why he went a melee character in mid lane. Hold on. Fucking didn't want to jungle for this exact reason. Flash, flash, flash. Come here. I didn't say I couldn't jungle. The fuck? You fucked up
This
now,
for
buddy.
messing up.
Come here, boy. Where you going? I didn't say I couldn't jungle. You just assumed I couldn't jungle. The fuck? I didn't want to jungle. It's like and again with that right there, right? Like I complain about this game all the time because I don't think it's a good version of what they want this to be, right? I can play every role in this game. I just don't want to play certain roles. They don't interest me. I never said I couldn't jungle. You guys saw me not pick jungle. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I just don't want to. There's a difference between me. That's the difference between a lot of my friends and people that play DC. We can do any of the shit in the game that they can all do. My league is the same way. We can all do the shit that people do at a high end level. We don't like to do it. We don't want to.
Yeah, we want to stick to our own
We
meta,
want to
like
do
what we
what
used
we
to
want
do.
to
We want,
do.
yeah, we do. Like I feel like DC has lost so much control of freedom, where back then the game had more freedom, more personality involved, more content focus when it comes to DLC releases, PvE and PvP. Where now everything just feel limited and controlled, and whatever the devs gives is what you need to just go do and obtain and then consider as the meta. And in order to really obtain these items, you got to swipe your credit card. Most items and cosmetics is swiping your credit card. You cannot obtain it any other ways, really. Unfortunately, that's what the game has come down to. PlayStation Home Universe Online. That's literally what it became. DC is a replacement of PlayStation Home. It's just purely cosmetics. You don't really do much in the game. You just sit around a little behemoth, showing
Oh,
off
he's
your
lagging
styles.
badly. Oh God, I feel sorry
Am
for
I?
him.
Am I? 1 second.
What the fuck is going on? Why are you just running away? What? This is so weird, bro. Anyway, yeah, it's like I digress. It's like, dude, I just I don't know. If you have all of these people that are in the creator league, if you have all of these great content creators, why are none of them proposing any of this stuff for the other half of the game that you inadvertently pay for but can't play? I don't understand it. But it's just always the same shit. It's people venting and screaming. Yes, I'm a part of people, but I don't do it every day, every video. And it's like, dude, These people that are venting and screaming and crying and bitching and moaning and complaining about DPS this, they're not good. They suck. They're bad. And I really, 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 really wish that enough people in this community would start making videos and would start sharing their opinions of stuff that they've experienced and stuff that they do on the game, so that the content creator base for that game can grow. Because some people don't deserve a platform. I'm not even gonna fuck with the Morin. He's chill. I'll kill him later. But yeah, man. Like I don't know, bro. Like I pretty much said all I could say about the shit. That's pretty much almost everything. And like, Acheron, you good?
No, whack somebody with a chair. He
Oh,
was attacking Emperor.
you know, like even the styles and base decorations, dude. That's what I'm saying. That like even the sub communities of that game are gone, bro. Is he really in my jungle trying to steal my shit? Really, nigga? You're
Yes, indeed, he is
bold
trying to
as
steal your
fuck,
shit.
dude. You're
That's why
bold.
I'm here. I had to speak to my grandmother on the side. But yeah, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not lagging, right? Okay. So what I was saying earlier before, what I was trying to say earlier before is like
We winning
DC
this, buddy.
Universe
Y'all fucked up.
Online,
We winning
DC
this.
Universe Online has became PlayStation Home replacement. Okay, PlayStation Home used to be about cosmetics and hanging
Come
around,
on, Chimera.
micing up, playing mini games and all that stuff. It's basically a hub area for PlayStation Network users.
Acheron,
We don't really have that
my
anymore.
God, bro.
You know what I'm saying? We don't really have PlayStation Home anymore. So what is the replacement of PlayStation Home? DC Universe. But now we got to call it PlayStation Universe Online with superhero cosmetics.
I'm so serious, bro. The game isn't
Like,
even the game is
it's
PlayStation
not even
Home.
fucking
It's not
playable.
even a game, dude.
It's not even a game anymore.
It's PlayStation
the gear,
Home. Like,
you can't even clear your fucking gear anymore.
Yeah, when they
What
took
is the
away,
point? Where's the punishment of you losing in DC? Tell me, everybody.
When they took away the
Where's
ability
the
for you
punishment?
to break gear and you had to repair it, that was the MMO aspect of the game dying. Right
Yeah.
there. I didn't understand.
And they took that out for because
they acted like it
people
was
couldn't
hard to make money
afford
on
it?
the game, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
It's not
it
hard
wasn't
to make money on
fucking
that game.
like like take out the book for DCO for Dummies 101.
No, you know what else they added to the game that baffled me? Now you get a screen ask when you buy something from a vendor, you get a screen asking you if that's what you wanted to buy. I don't understand that shit, bro.
I don't understand that. Yeah, no shit if I'm hitting the buy button. No shit. Why else am I clicking the button? Why else am I looking at the menu to get something that I want? I've never seen an MMO. I'm sorry to say this, both of you guys. I played multiple MMOs, especially old school RuneScape. That's a real fucking MMO with real economy involved in that shit. I never seen an MMO flop that hard. That goes completely out of the fucking wankers, bro. And this is why I say this. And Horace and everybody else is watching this right now, okay? If they release DCO Vanilla, if they release classic servers like they did with RuneScape, World of Warcraft, and certain other games that had no choice but to keep their player base, to keep, it's not about losing, to keep, to cater both type of crowd audience. The classic server, retail server, right? If they were to re-release, go back and took this shit seriously and re-release DC Universe Online Classic before GU41 update, I promise you, motherfuckers, more people will hop on Classic over this retail shit. Why? Because the game was still fundamentally playable. It was part of the original core of the game, PvP and PvE. You were still able to use your weapons, combos, blues, weapon masteries. Everything had interactions when it comes to that game, which makes MMO a fucking MMO. But when everything feels like step 1, step 2, Step 3, talk to this NPC. Step 4, now that NPC. Now rinse, repeat. Do every content by yourself. Then you could do the whole content again
Wow,
for
he
everybody
fucking
else.
still got it,
What?
and my team is nowhere to be found. I don't
What the
understand what the fuck you
fuck?
guys are doing.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Step 1, step 2, step 3. Like, we need steps to
Oh
play the
my
game
god,
now. So what
this
about the
team
fucking
is so
returning
annoying.
players?
This is why I don't
What
like to
about the?
play jungle. Sorry, I'm sorry, God, man.
No, you good, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is like what? Step 3, step 4, step 5. Now you must power spam with 2 different fucking power mix loadouts and fucking iconics and a bunch of bullshit in your loadout. Step 1, step 2, step 3, spam. Like I just like it looks cool and I get the concept of it, especially to the content creator leagues that are in the sitting at table. I could understand the idea of it, but what y'all not seeing is the cons of the situation. You're going to see everybody are going to become more divided with this fucking
Oh my god.
argument. You're going to see everybody going to compete even more now that you could have Rage of Fire, Electric, and fucking Water, especially now that's broken. And when they buff Harlight, that shit's going to be even more broken than fucking Water. Everything is going to be fucking beatable. And to the point that there's nothing to do. There's no hard content for you to look forward to.
That's the
Because
part
they
that people like. That's
fucked
the
it
part
up
that
as
look.
it
All
is.
of the good players are mad about that right now in that game, God, man.
There's
There's no hard
nothing
content for
else
them
to
to
look
do.
forward to. And you know
And
what that
I'm
means?
calling people
That
out
that
by
means
nah, man.
DCO's right. I'm sorry, guess
No,
what?
no.
That
Go
means
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
DCO is. I'm gonna let you speak. DCO. That's a sign, and especially to the content creator leagues that's listening to this, because I get that you have to be a yes man to these motherfuckers to get some money out of it. I'm not bitching about that. At some point, you're working on them. I understand, but this is the first step to the near death end of DCO. This is what's going to start killing the game right here, right now.
You gotta
This is
also
it.
realize
I'm calling it.
people ask us for our opinion on this, and we share it.
And this is our opinion.
We're
You're
not
going
we're
to
not
see
randomly just
all
sharing
your
this shit and
money,
being
all
angry.
your
They ask
time,
us about this shit.
everything fucking wasted to the toilet. Then what? Oh man, what you do now? You had all the fucking years to do something about it. Every other content creators that sit on YouTube and making videos, and I'm not specifically calling one person, I'm talking everybody. You have all the years to make shit happen.
Yeah.
We stepped away because we saw it from miles away. We woke up from reality. We're fucking 30s up now. We're getting older. We're not kids anymore. We're gonna be like, let's just keep praying, hope for the best. No, that doesn't work. You have a fucking platform. Use it to your advantage. Don't just focus on views. Do something about this shit before you see our lovely game go to whoosh, nigga, like Harry Potter. Fucking oblivion, dude. Leviosa oblivion. That shit's gonna disappear. Lord Voldemort's gonna come out of nowhere and fucking kill DCO. The game is at its weakest point right now, and everybody's praising that shit like it's a good thing, which I get why, because it looks cool. You can have multiple fucking powers in loadout. Like they didn't plan this shit years ago. But Rage and Fire, lore-wise, what sense does that make? There's no other MMOs that ever done that besides maybe WoW when it had the talent trees, where you could create kind of like a hybrid. Final Fantasy did a little bit of that. But they removed all that because it didn't work. It didn't really work for an MMO. It's too much to balance and too much to focus on. Our argument, it's going to create more problems than good. If you want my honest opinion, it's going to be more balancing issues. There's going to be more people doing the same shit. There's not going to be anything else good coming out of this. And this is where it's going to get everybody to get crazier. And it's just, what are we doing? I get that everybody has different ideas and shit, but the game is at its fucked up point. Why you want to fuck it up even more? I don't get it, bro. And it's like you try to tell these people, and these people are like, I have Down syndrome. I don't know. Gorge. Like you fucking do because if you're smart enough to swipe your credit card, you're smart enough to have some time fucking opinion to say something.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing, bro? Of course I'm gonna be frustrated because I still have some love for this game. Shucks, to have some love. We all fucking do, bro. But the fact that people are applauding this shit, like this is the best thing update ever, fucking baffled me, bro. Because this is what the community wanted. To one shot more things. How strong do you want to be in this game? You're already one shotting shit as it is. You already have allies, artifacts, utility belt fucking arguments. You have arguments. Now you got arguments. Now you got fucking all these pay to win. Just to one shot. Wake the fuck up. That doesn't make sense. All the stuff they're adding don't make sense to the game.
I'm gonna be honest with God. I know he's going off right now, but
it doesn't make sense.
All this is just a veteran player irritated at coming back and seeing a game they used to play be shit. That's all this
it's
is.
Like looking at your ex-girlfriend
before you
who's still pretty, her personality's still shit.
So
why are you still with your ex-girlfriend?
Before you see all these racist fat bigots and all these delusional fucking thirst trapping OnlyFans hoes say all this crazy shit about us, just remember, we're actually veterans that were actually good at the game, and we don't understand how the game went from point A to point D, and it just skipped B and C. It doesn't make fucking sense to us.
What are we fucking doing, bro? That's what I'm saying. What are we fucking doing? And there's people who still play the game since the veteran days. And it's like, yo, I respect people's opinion. Don't get me wrong. Because I would, if it was the old me, I would have been making crazier videos like the old days. But the fact that I'm older now.
What do you do?
You know what I'm saying? The fact that I'm older now, and we're all older here, you know, we're not fucking kids anymore. Life changes, whatever. It's like, okay, what is the next goal for DCO? Because as we keep moving forward, you're going to see this game get shut down within a year or two. I'm fucking calling it, bro. Because that's why they're bringing back Nimbus
Twin Blast. Holy shit.
That's why they're bringing back OG Plasmic Aura, because they're dying for money right now. They're hungry for money. They can't even come from the wars anymore. That's how bad it is. They got to re-release auras that's supposed to be rare. There's no rarity in that game anymore. There's no rarity in that game anymore. Everything's given to everybody just so they can feel good and have a little bullshit dopamine fucking boost in their brain. When you could get that in the gym or anything else. Even sex sometimes, honestly. Like, what are we doing, bro? This is supposed to be a game with MMO elements involved. And it became into what? A fucking business model of a dog shit wannabe PlayStation home with apes and superpowers?
You want to spam no skill, little nigga? I will fuck you. I was finna say some crazy shit like I wasn't streaming just now. Man, I'm telling you.
There's a reason why the player base count is super fucking low. Yes, you're getting thousands of views. Yes, people watch DCO videos here and there because they grew up like myself playing the fucking game. I watch it here.
They're on Orb Prime. Fuck, I need help.
But when I saw the whole power argument, that is the start of that's a sign. And that's a huge red flag. As cool as it looks, as cool as you could do crazy shit now with it, it's not a good thing as a whole. Because you got to look at it from a bigger picture. The community is fucking stupid. The first thing they're going to do is just they're going to abuse it. Nobody ever really fucking listen or really read what the power set does.
Got it.
People just look up or load up videos and they go from there. That's why everybody used to rely on Obsidian Chill, because he was the only one that was able to provide full information. Not only that, he was able to obtain the test server. He was able to log in the test server before anybody and fucking figure shit out. Then he makes content for it. Now, even the content creator leagues is a lot different than what it used to be as a content creator league. You can't do that much anymore. Maybe you're able to get on for like a day, an hour. That's not enough to test shit out. You like, what are we fucking doing as a community? Either you guys and with these platforms speak on this fucking problem right now, or this game will be cooked within a year or two, and all your money and time and everything you grind for will be wasted. And that's when you'll feel fucking goofed out. That's when you'll realize it. Oh, but God, man, you're just a hater. Okay, then call me a hater. But when it happens, don't say it. I didn't say so. It's like we have the tools. The founding father left the tools
Chimera,
for us
my
to use
red
it,
buff comes up. Just
but
take that
people
shit, bro.
but people are too stupid on
Take as
not
much of
knowing
the
how to
shit
use
as
the
you need. Take
founding
blue,
father
red, it doesn't
tools.
matter. Just take it for the buffs.
You know what I'm saying? The founding fathers, the tool is there to use in case shit like this happen, but people are too stupid to not understand how to use the founding fathers' tools. Use it. We're letting Manage control this game, a third party company that's owned by the bank industry to control you guys and your way of playing the fucking game, your experience, your time, that it's limited what you could do in that game versus what you was able to do a long time ago. Let me ask you guys a simple question, stream. What's a better experience? The DCO you know now or back then? Say that in the comment section and be honest. What was a better experience for you two? And why? I already know why. Because it was a fucking MMO back in the days.
That's how you fucking do that shit. Good shit.
Of course I'm gonna be frustrated. I used to play the fuck out of this game when I was younger.
That's how you fucking win a game right there.
Gas
You
and
see
I,
that shit?
Gas and I used to play the fuck out of the game. Shock used to play the fuck out of the game. Vet says a lot of us folks used to play the fuck out of it, make content, drama or not. Content was being made. Now, with all due respect, when I say this, because I'm a fucking New Yorker at heart, all I see when it comes to content is loadout videos and showing off cosmetics. And now it's power arguments.
Did you
What
really
are
get
we
called
doing?
haters for speaking? Yes. Yes, Mel.
Yes.
Okay, Mel, you don't understand. I hate to cut you off here, God man. For
No, I got it, bro.
Mel, before revamp, we there was no group of content creators that was like a cabal or the Akatsuki or some crazy weird shit. That was all created by a fucking fat racist bigot who makes content on this game. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about if you really, really, really went and researched it. He's not known for being the best person on this game.
No.
He was a fan of all of us. We didn't want anything to do with him because he always perpetuated negative drama. And so because of that, for the last decade, he spread nothing but just propaganda and lies about all of us to the point of where he gauged and changed people's perceptions and perspectives of us to where they would just brand us immediately as haters or stalkers or all of this crazy shit that if anyone from back in the day remembers who we are, they know we're not. So anytime any of us would make a video critiquing anything or we would comment on anything, it would be him and his little cabal of weirdos consistently bothering us to the point of where we didn't even want to even give our 2 cents about anything that had to do with DC. So we would just literally not share our opinion on it. I didn't stop making content for no reason. Godman, arguably the most infamous dude on the game, didn't stop making videos on the game for no reason. Shock didn't quit before all of us for no reason. Celine PR or Despise didn't quit for no reason. A lot of people that made content for the game, whether it was entertaining or if it was just PvP or whatever, didn't quit for no reason. There was a reason behind it. And then we didn't share any of our thoughts or opinions because we didn't play the game. Me, I'm an air quote league leader of a league on the game. But the way I have it set up, there are league leaders. I don't say I am one because I don't play the game consistently enough. So my league mates that have been friends with me for over 13 years on the game, they're the league leaders. I just I just break up like if they can't agree on something, which never happens. So like the only reason why I stay tapped in with DC Universe Online is because I have friends I've known for over 10 years that still play the game. Like 9, 10, 12 people logged in on the league at a time running content. They tell me what I'm missing out on and they update me on how the game has changed. But other than that, you couldn't get me to talk about the game. because
Just adapt,
from
bro. Just
because
adapt to the meta.
yeah, because
Fucking
because
stupid.
me personally, I don't like the direction the game went in, and I do this thing where in order for me to air quote boycott or teach the dev team a lesson, I don't give them my money. Because what gamers don't realize is that no, gamers know this. People that claim they're gamers but they're consumers don't understand this. Gamers know we don't spend our money on something if a live service game does not give us what we want. We won't spend money. Consumers that say they're gamers will still spend money despite knowing they're not getting what they want. Case in point right
Yep.
now, right? The community as a collective wants survival mode to come back, but everyone is still buying out events when they drop day 1. Everyone is still buying everything in a time capsule when a DLC drops. Everyone is still buying replay badges. All you have to do to get the development team to give you what you want is do the same thing we as a community did in December 2015. Let me dial it back in time for those of you that don't remember. December 2015 was so bad for the game that they gave us a PvP update in January 2016, and it was the best thing they did post role specific gear era. One handed flip slash non crit combo was breaking the game in PvP and in PvE. No other thing in the game did as much damage. If you did not buy the crit at the bottom of your tree, you did like 100,000 damage every time you did the dumb flip slash. So everyone was in PvP doing that, and everyone was in PvE doing that. Earth PvE with one-handed flip slash because Earth, Celestial, and Rage and Nature were precision, did a bunch of fucking damage. Someone on the forum said they were tired of the game and they weren't playing it anymore. Every single person on the game, slowly and passively, did not play the game the entirety of December. They made no money from the winter sale. Nothing. January 2016, Meps dropped a post on this. I think it was like the second or third day of January. The next update, blah blah blah, PvP, this, and that. It was such a big deal. Even Brittany live streamed on Twitch her going into arenas and PvPing, and she liked it. If you want them to give you what you want, you need to hurt them in the where it hurts the most, their pockets. Don't buy something for a certain amount of time as a collective to get them to give you what you want. But this community can't do it because this era of gamers are consumers and everyone has the insatiable need to be first. Everyone wants to say they're better than somebody else. And if they can spend their money, if they can use the three strongest powers in DC, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, to be better than another player on the game, they're going to do it. And they don't care about anyone else but themselves. That's the problem in the game right now. All you have to do to get a PvP update, survival mode, harder content, is stop giving them money. But nobody can do it because everyone's either a content creator trying to grow and you getting shit before everybody else gives you views, or they're potentially a part of the creator league where they have to make content. And I don't fault creator league members for having to have to make content. It's a part of the agreement. But if you want to do it from the stance of a community, you don't buy it. Destiny 2 is dead. It's gone. The Destiny team is fired. They got fired 4 days ago, right? We as a collective, as the Destiny community, came back and had over 150,000 people playing the game on Steam alone. We dwarfed any other project because we wanted to show Sony that we still cared about Destiny. But we had not been playing the game because we were not being given the content we wanted. The moment they gave us an update, which is what we always wanted, everyone got back on the game. There's probably north of 50k people on Steam alone playing the game right now. And the game's never getting another update. When you are a part of a real community of like-minded individuals who are smart enough to sacrifice what they want right now to come together as a collective. Go ahead, Godman, say it.
We are the collective.
Yeah. When you can do that for even a tiny period of time, you will get some form of a response or a result. We, the game has community creator league members. They are your liaisons to the dev team. Talk to them. Ask them for shit. See if they can put it in the dev's ear. If I had one conversation with the entire dev team, with the way that I am when it comes to business, that game might get something. Because it's not only talking to the devs, it's how you talk to the devs. It's not demanding shit from the devs, but asking them for it. It's sacrificing your ego and pride to be humble enough to be like, hey, I really love what you guys have been making, but I really love this. Would you consider this? And then it's also presenting to them a plan where they can make it lucrative because they're in a position where they need to make money from anything that they do. I understand everyone is upset about the fire and water array augment. I don't care personally because one, I'm fire, so I don't care. But two, they need to make money. So yes, them making something for water makes sense because the community switched to water. I'm not gonna make something for sorcery if nobody's sorcery. You bought, I can see via my stat screen, all of these accounts bought Daybreak Cash or Marketplace Cash and bought 9.99 power change tokens, and you went water on my version of Dev Team Wave Docs. Why would I make anything for anything else? Then I already told you as a community, I'm working on everything that I can. It's gonna take a long time because we don't have a big enough team. And your response to that as a community is to be impatient and jump on and talk shit about me as a developer. What incentive do you give me to give you what you want now? This is where you have to step back and play devil's advocate and be like, damn, I never really thought about that. Like, as much as we as a community did not like MEPS, right? Ted Stone was not. This is going to be controversial as fuck because I had my own personal issues with him. Ted Stone, in the long run, looking at his entire time frame as community manager, was not that bad of a community manager. Think about every single fucking person that talked shit about him, made videos about him. Think about people that make content right now that still use him in videos. Meow. When he no longer works for the company. Why the fuck are you still using him if he's no longer a part of the company in your videos? Don't get me wrong, it's funny and it's entertaining, but why don't you use someone who's working for the company instead of somebody who's not anymore? Then I see you do that to me. I may not have a sense of humor to laugh at myself like other people. Why the fuck would I relay any messages you have to the dev team if I'm community manager? No one ever thought about that when it came to DC. You know what the coolest thing would be? If I could interview Meps on this time as community manager and ask him about all the fucked up shit he ever dealt with players, I'm pretty sure that shit would like brain blast, blow people's minds. The fucked up messages players would send him in the game, the screwed up shit they would say to him on the forums, motherfuckers like that could have possibly tried to find out where he lived or harassed his family members and shit, all over a fucking game that's pixels. No one ever thinks about this type of shit because you only care about yourselves as a gamer or as a consumer.
Yeah, you
The
stupid
dude, dude,
motherfucker.
dude, the most creative part of the community for me that I always used to enjoy watching were the base builders, the base crafters. They upped how many marks items cost during seasonals, and that shit basically died. I watch the Chicas videos all the time. One of my friends, it's a mutual friend that you have, Horace, Necromat. love Halloween and made the spookiest, most terrifying fucking bases in the world. That community is some of the most skilled individuals and artistic people on the game. That sub community got murdered. The only sub community in the game that isn't murdered now is PvEers, all of them paying for everything, and the style community. Until the time capsules end up costing 7 stabilizers to open a regular one and 14 to open Resurgence. You don't think they'll do it? I mean, and even with you coming together as a community to boycott some shit for a certain amount of time, you also have to accept the possibility of the devs pushing back on you by trying to punish you for doing it. But the collective, yeah, God, man, I know, will
We
always
are the collective.
the collective will always win in the long run. But nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to be the martyr. Nobody wants to be the sacrificial lamb. Nothing. LV could have taken his ban and could have martyred himself and gone on in history as someone that was an advocate for the community instead of going out the way that he did. And he would have gotten probably more subs and love. And he would have probably had the hate that was on him flipped into love had he would have gone about it the right way. But his ego was too. He was so far up his own ass he didn't smell his own shit. You're gonna ban me because I'm selling iconics to people? How about you lower the prices on the thing so they're not ridiculous and you increase the drop rates in the time capsules? The only reason why LV's hated, and I don't even think he realizes it, is because he told people that water was stronger than the Omega artifact, and the Omega artifact is bugged. And people fed their Omega artifact to another thing, only for the devs to turn around and ninja buff it and give it ambush. So then they turned to LV and were like, what the fuck, dude? That's why LV was really hated. He wasn't even hated for selling iconics to people. I don't even think LV knew why he was really hated. When you make people, when you incentivize people wasting their money, because everybody makes their own decisions. LV's not. You can't hold him responsible for you feeding your art to some other shit, dumbass. But it doesn't matter. They're going to use you as the excuse and they're going to pin all the hate and blame on you. You could not have done anything to anyone and they will make you the villain in their story. And the entire time, they're wrong and don't even realize it. And everyone around them that is a mutual realizes they're wrong and tells them and they don't want to accept it. I'm literally dealing with that situation right now with someone whose head is so big and full of themselves, they don't want to acknowledge that maybe just once out of the hundreds of times of some discourse happening that they might be fucking wrong about something. But I don't give a shit. Because I didn't sever ties. I didn't do any of that shit. They did. I don't give a fuck. Shock, you still on Tekken? Is he even here? Probably left.
No, he's probably there.
But like,
Probably passed out.
but like,
Or
it's
I know
They
like,
he's still
playing
here.
Marvel
but
Rivals.
now you're on Rivals. Okay,
Oh
but
no!
it's like, dude, like, come on, man,
You want me to get on?
come on, bro. Like,
And I'm playing
and
competitive.
you said Zarg on the stock community is
Let me get
probably
out this
dead too. It
competitive match if
sucks
y'all hopping
because
on.
every single how you doing?
Okay.
Your clan just did a
Okay.
raid and you were playing this game. Yes. Hey, mom, I gotta take a break from Destiny. Damn. But I mean, you guys did a raid. You don't need me. You got Avery. What you need me for? I said it. You know how I said it. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. Happy birthday, by the way, Bomb. Even though I think it ended
Happy
prematurely.
birthday, everybody! Happy birthday.
Yeah. But it's like, dude, come on. Like it's like you gotta look, you can pin the blame, you can point the finger, but you also gotta, if you can't look at yourself to realize your contribution to the problem, you don't deserve the right to point the finger. If you make a video about DPS being ass and you needing to pick them up, you need to point the finger at yourself and maybe think you suck as a tank, you suck as a healer, you suck as a troll keeping power up so the healer can heal the tank and the tank can keep aggro. It's not always just that person's fault and it's never yours. And then you're not susceptible to taking feedback. Get your head out of your ass. You do not smell that great when you fart. Hate to be graphic about it, but hey, I'm just being honest. I played Destiny for 10 years, for almost like 10 years with my Destiny clanmates. I was not the best person in the clan. I did not take every single thing we did seriously. But I also could not give my full effort when we played. But when it came to certain things that I liked to do, I locked the fuck in and I owned that shit. I was good in whatever little area I was good in. And that's all that mattered. That's a part of being a part of a group, a clan, a league, a guild. Some people are good at everything. Some people are good at certain things. That's what works. But that community, bro, like they lost the plot. Everything the devs do is a result of the community having done something to begin with. You got to remember, this dev team is not the dev team that has been around since Spittle. They're not the dev team that was around with Jackster, then Nerd of Prey. They're a dev team that came in during Harley Quinn versus
I'm getting on,
Apocalypse,
Shock.
and they took over
In the
and did
middle of a
what they could
match.
do. Then they
No,
went
no, I
forward
know.
with their own direction.
Good time.
They're just trying to figure out how to build a house. Okay? You know what the new dev team is? The new dev team is Tony Stark in the cave building a suit with a box of scraps. The game is scraps. They're trying to make something from it. You can either force them to go in the proper direction by using your wallet, or you can let them do whatever the fuck they want and you buy it anyway because you want to keep up with the Joneses and ultimately be miserable at the end of the day when everything comes out. That's all you can do about it. There's no in between. Either you do something about it or you don't. Either you speak up about it or you don't. Either you take to the forums in the best way possible without breaking terms of service and you vocalize this shit or you don't. Either you get players to side with you, to get enough people together to advocate for something, or you don't. There's nothing else you can do about it. You can't get me to do it, and I might be the best person to do it. I don't care. This community has, since revamp, this community has been nothing but horrible to me, and I haven't even said anything in 10 years. Why would I do anything to advocate for anything on that game? The only time I'll speak up is to vent my frustrations after they build up for a while, or to stop someone from making PvP in that game worse than it already is. Other than that, fuck that community as far as I'm concerned. Because every time you try to get them to listen to what you have to say, you ask them an honest question. They don't do anything but respond to you with hate, disrespect, and just all around buffoonery. You can't go into a chat and ask people why they still play the game and what makes them want to play the game without them getting quiet, realizing they're dumb for playing the game and for buying the dumb shit that they buy, and then they want to tell you, "Nah, man, fuck that guy. Where your auras at, bro?" What? I'm just asking you why you still play the game. What the fuck does auras and materials got to do with anything? But that shows you how tiny their fucking brains are. And if the brains of the average casual player on that game is that tiny, I don't give a fuck about leading sheep to the promised land. You better find somebody else to do that shit, because I ain't Jesus of Nazareth. I'm built that fucking way. That's how I personally feel about that shit. Shit is absolutely ridiculous. Like, there are content creators far more active than I have ever been on that game. They have the voice, they have the brand, they have the temperament, and they have the overall knowledge. They exist. They're there. Talk to them, ask them questions, see if they can go about communicating with the devs. And Horace, you said something earlier, and it flew past me. I like some changes to private match, more artifact slots, cross faction groups. Yep, you said something else. Oh, all suggestions should be on the forums, not Creator League members. There you go. A Creator League member told people, go to the forums. They just revamped the entire thing with the forums. Go to the forums. The forums literally tell you how many people are on the forums. Go to the forums. You don't want power array augments? Go to the forums. Stop them before they drop it. They already worked on it. Don't buy into it. You're gonna do it anyway.
Literally,
You're gonna do it
literally.
anyway.
They're gonna do it anyways.
But you had the time months before they even came up with the idea of doing it to get them to not do it. Don't then turn around and be and then that's the thing too. Don't then turn around and when an update like this comes out, don't turn around and blame the Creator League members for the shit. Bro, they get given the information when they get given the information, then they share it with the community. Don't shoot the messenger in this case when it comes to this game. Go to the forums and talk to the devs. create a petition, get signatures, give it to the devs. The devs say, nah, fuck you, whatever. Do something as a community to affect the devs, to shoehorn them into giving you what you want. Dude, us making enemies during the PvP era, that shit doesn't matter. It's not, to me, it doesn't matter. It's not relevant. The only enemies that we made during the PvP era are fat, racist, bigoted content creators that always got to bring us up for everything because their channel's dead 24/7 and no one gives a fuck about what they upload. That they end up slandering us, committing defamation of character, and saying the most obscene shit. And they keep poking the dragon until you wake it up and it fucking burns you, which is going to happen to them. And trust me, ain't gonna be no salvation, ain't gonna be no ointment, ain't gonna be no hospital that's gonna save them from being charred after that shit happens. Because as much as we made enemies, there isn't a single fucking person from the PvP era with a brain that would disagree with anything that I've said in the last 20 minutes. Let alone this 2 hour stream, which is about to be ending very, very shortly. 2 hours
Yeah,
streaming is a long time.
we really got.
Two
Yeah, I was
hours and
gonna say we
15
kind of
minutes.
got a lot
Like
there.
really this is really coming to the end of the stream. I could keep going, but like it would be in video format. There's nothing that I've said that you Horace couldn't say, that Zargon as a veteran player couldn't say. Like we all have the ability to make videos and respond to a stream or whatever and take talking points. Do it if you want to. Take points that I mentioned here, mention that I brought it up, and then go into detail on why you might feel the opposite of what I said. I can respectfully agree to disagree. See your standpoint on why what I said may not make sense. You maybe because you're more active in the community and you play more, you have a better perception of what's going on than I do. I'm ignorant to a lot of these things because I don't log in and play the game daily. I log in and do the event stuff, talk to my league, and get off the game. That's not playing the game. I'm not running old content. I'm not feat hunting. I'm not queuing arenas. I'm not on the game playing it. Unfortunately, every time I log on the game, it puts me to sleep.
Yeah, literally, it's that boring, bro. As much as try to get into it, I think all of us in this call try to get back
And I
into
and I
DCUO.
promise you,
It's just not it.
ain't nobody over here in their 40s or even older than 35 years old, and motherfuckers go to the gym 4 to 6 days a week. We got energy. That shit is just boring to us. But I appreciate everybody for coming through and stopping by. I will let this VOD post on my channel. Feel free to share this with people if you want to. I probably won't even get a lot of views on it because I don't. If you're not involved in drama or if you're not making a clickbait video, people don't watch you. Those that showed up, Zargon, Horus, Shadows, Mel, Skittles on Twitch, A-Bomb stopping by just to say hi, everybody. Like all you guys commenting, I appreciate it. It's really cool. There are a lot of great content creators in the game. Horus is one. Mel is another great one. I think his name is I am Mad.
Their supports.
Mad. I can never. I don't know if it's LA Mad or what. But his name is Holidays in the game. He always makes videos every day. He's another great content creator. Watch these people, talk to them, ask them for their input, take their feedback if they're an old school player. They're not just bringing up old school stuff because they can't let it go. The game was prosperous and a lot of fun back in the day. And with some of the great features they've added to the game now, if they could take some of the old and incorporate it with the new, you would get a great mix. And then my friend said,
Good job.
Welcome to the 22 plus 22. Yeah, probably. I leave the over a couple of days. Yeah. But that's it. This is the stream. I appreciate you all for watching. This won't get copywritten, so it'll definitely be on YouTube because I didn't play any music. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by, and that's it for me. Godman Shock, you have anything you want to say?
I pretty much say what I have to say. I think the power arguments is the beginning of the end of DCO. Like I said, take this shit a little bit serious than rather than be like, oh, that looks cool, because I'm calling it, and then when it happens, I don't want to hear it and be like, oh, you said it.
Again.
You know, it's just
I'm about to do a 5v2, a 5v6. That's why, because somebody on my team left.
Fair enough. Fair
yeah.
enough.
That's all I gotta say to that. You know, just wake the fuck up. You guys have a platform yourselves. Do something about it. Get in touch with the devs or somebody, and like I hope the community gets together. Other than that, I just think the game is at its near end for sure this time. And usually I used to say it, but this is the start of it right here. It looks cool and looks good, but the way
And
how the community is, hell no, bro.
and who
Too much.
knows? Maybe the devs have a bit. You know, there's also that. Maybe the devs have a plan. They haven't shared it yet, and there's a reason why they're doing this. Maybe there's a greater thing,
Who
but
knows?
who knows, dude? Who knows? Honestly, who fucking knows? But that's it. All right.
That's it.
Enjoy your Sunday, guys. Catch you guys in the next one.
You actually hear me?
I'm on right now.